May 25, 1945. Europe became the scene of an unprecedented manhunt. From the fjords of Norway to the Bavarian Alps, the Allies launched a massive operation to find and capture Nazi leaders. The goal was to prevent possible resistance and uncover the secrets of the Third Reich. After the German surrender on May 9th, there was a brief lull. Until May 23rd, the Donitz government was in place, which the Allies temporarily maintained to maintain order. However, the search for Nazis did not stop. Their photos were at all checkpoints. The operation to capture the Wehrmacht High Command was conducted under the guise of meetings. German generals and officials were invited to Allied headquarters, where they were arrested and sent to prison. So on May 15th, Field Marshal Kesselring, Commander-in-Chief of the Western Front, was detained, followed by a number of other high-ranking officials from Donitz's entourage. In the chaos of defeat, the Nazi fugitives made plans for survival, each in his own way. Some feared Jewish retaliation, others naively believed in widespread anti-Semitism, some reassured themselves by the absence of signatures on Holocaust documents, while others sought escape routes to Argentina. Reichsmarshal Göring's fate turned out differently. On May 8th, he was stopped by an American roadblock in a traffic jam in southern Bavaria. Göring, who decided to surrender voluntarily, arrived at the headquarters of the U.S. 7th Army in a convoy of Mercedes loaded with delicacies and alcohol. Surprisingly, there was an almost friendly atmosphere at headquarters. Göring did not seem to realize the seriousness of his position. He laughed merrily and casually drank tea with General Kohler. Göring's merriment was quickly replaced by bewilderment when he was informed of his inclusion on the list of war criminals. "For what?" he exclaimed, rattling the orders on his snow-white uniform. The Reichsmarshal demanded a meeting with Eisenhower, hoping for a marshal-to-marshal conversation. 2 weeks Göring spent in a cozy Bavarian cottage, enjoying daily walks. On May 21st, he was transferred to a hotel in Luxembourg, where he awaited the Nuremberg tribunal. A U.S. Guard colonel recalled, "When I first saw Göring, he was a grinning fat junkie with 2 suitcases of pills, but we cured him." Göring's fate was sealed. The tribunal sentenced him to hang. However, the finale was unexpected. Someone smuggled cyanide into the prison, and Göring committed suicide, avoiding the gallows. May 23, 1945 was marked by the arrest of key figures of the Nazi regime. After the dissolution of the government, Dönitz, Speer, Jodl and Keitel were detained. Their fates were different. Jodl and Keitel were sentenced to hang. Dönitz received 10 years for submarine warfare and Speer 20 years for the use of prison labor. However, many known Nazis managed to dissolve into the chaotic flow of refugees, freed prisoners of war, foreign laborers, and German soldiers. Using party funds, SS and NSDAP structures, they tried to hide and survive. It was on these fugitives that a large-scale hunt was launched. Among them was Ernst Kaltenbrunner, SS general and head of political intelligence and police, one of the architects of the Holocaust. Realizing the inevitability of punishment, he fled to an Austrian mountain village disguised as a military doctor. His new identity was so compelling that Dr. Kaltenbrunner was even given a position with the International Red Cross. Kaltenbrunner's fate is a prime example of how even a carefully thought-out plan can fall apart because of human weakness. With every chance to wait out the dangerous times and hide abroad, he fell victim to his own greed. The betrayal of an Austrian who helped him to hide in the mountains led to his arrest. At the Nuremberg tribunal, Kaltenbrunner became the highest-ranking SS officer and was sentenced to hang. Heinrich Himmler, Reichsführer of the SS, remained the Allies' main target. The possibility of organizing the SS underground under his leadership was feared. Interestingly, as early as April 29th, Hitler ordered Himmler's arrest for treason, but because of the powerful SS guards, it was impossible. Himmler fled north to Dönitz. Rejected by Dönitz and refusing his advice to surrender to the Allies, Himmler showed himself unexpectedly cowardly. Not finding the strength to end his life, nor to accept a heroic death in battle, he wandered aimlessly for 3 weeks in western Germany. The once formidable Reichsführer, now with an eye patch and documents in the name of Sergeant Hitzinger, gradually lost the remnants of his SS escort. Ironically, Himmler was accidentally apprehended by a patrol and taken to a British assembly camp. There he revealed his identity in hopes of special treatment. Captain Sylvester recalled, Hitzinger did not stand out in any way. Small, dirty coughing. We were conducting a routine interrogation when suddenly the German announced, "I am Himmler, Reichsführer of the SS. I request a meeting with Field Marshal Montgomery." Himmler's finale proved as pathetic as his escape. Realizing that there would be neither respect nor a meeting with the High Command, he resorted to a last resort. During a humiliating strip search, when the doctor's fingers penetrated his mouth, the Reichsführer bit open a cyanide capsule hidden in his teeth, ending his life instantly. The fate of other Nazi leaders turned out differently. Baldur von Schirach, Gauleiter of Vienna and former head of the Hitler Youth, showed remarkable hypocrisy. Having given the last order, "Fight the Russians to the last man," he himself cowardly fled across the Danube. In the American zone, the ex-Obergruppenführer SS, having grown a beard and changed his name, incredibly got a job as an interpreter in the American headquarters. On June 4th, however, he was exposed, and von Schirach received a 20-year prison sentence. Joachim von Ribbentrop, former Reich foreign minister, enjoyed freedom until June 14, 1945. After Dönitz refused to include him in his government, Ribbentrop and his family settled on a farm near Hamburg under the name of Reiser, a winemaker. Brimming with misplaced self-confidence, he even dared to stroll around the headquarters of the British High Command in Hamburg, disguised by dark glasses and an elegant fedora. The irony of fate caught up with Ribbentrop through his own son. While trying to get a job, the young man accidentally gave his real name, which led to his father's arrest. When detained, the ex-minister was found to have an impressive sum of 500,000 Reichsmarks, a fortune that could ensure a trouble-free life for many years. However, fate ordered otherwise. The gallows awaited Ribbentrop. By July 1945, virtually all Nazi leaders were either arrested or dead. The only exceptions were Bormann and Müller, whose fate remained unknown. By the time of the Nuremberg Tribunal, the top leadership of Nazi Germany had been completely neutralized. However, the hunt for middle and lower-level Nazis continued for many more years. Many of them escaped immediate justice by disappearing among the millions of refugees and displaced persons of post-war Europe. Their lives were ultimately cut short only by natural death, not a judicial sentence. Friends, subscribe to the channel and write comments what you think about it.